Okay, so I took the liberty of duplicating these offline, and I've not cut them in yet. I just moved them around. It took a while to do that, which you didn't really need to sit through again. So let's cut all this back together. So split these two end objects with our tube. Split with our tube. Oops, I cut with the circle. Undo that just in case it didn't do it right. Delete that piece out. Control A, join. Hoping now we'll get a Boolean. We do. Okay, so even the Boolean was confused by the fact that that geometry was so close together. There's the handle finished. Hide everything else so you can see now without demonstrating the obvious. I will demonstrate the obvious. If I can get the thing to snap to the right place. There's our handle. Rotates about that rotation point. We do need to put a pin in now. So edit, select curves, put them on the curves layer. Need to put a pin through here. Okay, so we know that's going to fit. Needs to go through the plastic either side of it. Hold on a sec, got too much turned on now. Picking the objects we need, turning everything else off. This pin needs to go either side of this plastic all the way through and holds everything together. So picking that circle I've just done, that's going to go on the outside of here. And I'm going to extrude that. Turn off, hit B on the keyboard to turn off both directions. I'm going to extrude it to this point. I'm going to offset this circle by 1.5 mil. Actually, just a bit less than that. 1 mil. I'm going to do a loft between the two circles. And then we're going to add in enough room in there. We're going to add in, actually maybe the 1 mil was too much. It needs to be a small enough offset to basically squeeze through the hole. Let's make that 0.5 of a mil. So it's bigger than the hole around it. Loft between those two. Use an arc tool. And we're going to snap that to a knot. We're going to do a single rail sweep. Oops, completely the wrong place. Pick that, pick our cross-section curve we've just done. Join all that together. Do something similar on this end. We're going to do an offset of this circle. This one can be quite a bit bigger this time, so this is going to be 1.5. Down the other end here, loft between this and this. This curve we're going to extrude by 2 mil. Then we're going to join all of this together. We're going to cap it so both ends get sealed. And then we're just going to cut a rectangle through it. Extrude through here. Split that surface we made with our rectangle. Split our rectangle with the surface. That basically allows that then to squeeze through. Actually, let's rotate that 90 degrees from its center. So you put the handle in and then shove that peg in from this side where there's lots of space, and that now secures the handle on. Got to join these together. Turn off our isopalms. Mirror those across. And that's the handle held on. Alright, so final thing now is to do this lid. Have a quick think about this. Should be fairly easy. We'll start with some duplicate curves again. Take the outer edge of this, not that one. Okay, we've got some curves to work with, so join those together. First thing we'll do, I think, is offset that curve. Offset by, so we can get 2 mil out of this. Hide the original, so now we've got that offset. I'm going to move that up by 5 mil. So that now sits flush with the top of our handle body. That's maybe a little bit too high. Undo that. I'm even going to undo our offset. Just going to keep that as is. I'm going to move that up by 3 mil. Let's see if that will clear. Basically want to make a curve that's going to go up from this area here up to this to create a lid. I think we do need our offsets, so we can do an offset now of 2 mil. Hide that curve. I'm now going to draw a line that goes across here flat. And this is going to help me. I'm going to build a surface here, so I'm going to extrude that curve. Hit D on the keyboard to dictate the direction. Drag it across the top here. This new surface I'm going to split with this curve. Oops. Didn't want that. With this curve. Delete all that away. So this is going to be part of our lid. Our lid obviously has a thickness to it, so we need to bear that in mind. Alright, so next thing I want to do is from this end here. Let's draw a curve down to this surface. Hide that curve, we don't need it. I'm just going to do a very quick test surface here, single rail sweep. See what that looks like. There's some considerations here that's going to need to avoid the clasp and things like that, but that looks okay so far for that edge. It's starting to get out of shape over here because it's too wide, but that's okay, that's good. So what I might do is duplicate this edge as a reference so I know where that was, delete that away, and then using that reference curve we just took, draw another one to where I want it to be. I don't mind this overhanging slightly, that's fine. We want this curve to be near to that other one so that the surface isn't struggling to transition between the two. So let's see what we get now with that. So 2 rail, single rail sweep, pick our edge, pick our new section there and our one we've already done. Okay, that's fine. And I would imagine this curve here should also be Control-C, Control-V on the back edge here. So I'm going to snap that across to this end. It's obviously the wrong way around right now, so I'm going to rotate that round 180 degrees to here. And then we probably need one more section curve on this edge to finish off that edge of this lid. So next lesson, we'll add that surface in.